rankings. You're Kryptonian. This world will fall.
You know,
does he sound cool? Because I can't make out one word he just said.
Oh, you didn't hear that?
Yeah.
You want me to translate?
Might as well be Shaq talking.
Got together with Chris, and I know you saw that new Justice League trailer.
I haven't seen the new Justice League.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Well, boy, are you in for a treat.
Oh, yay.
Oh, they said, oh, Corey, here you go. Getting your Marvel bitchness on, just taking cheap shots at the DC fans. Go ahead, get it out the way. Talk about how shitty the new Justice League trailer is. And this is the last one. Like I said, unless we get just another teaser or another, another
behind-the-scenes thing,
sneak peek,
yeah.
Featurette. They say it's the last one. We promise. Mm-hmm. Well, they're right around the corner. Justice League, ready to save the world. Let's go ahead and take a look at this final trailer for Justice League, which I think premiered at New York Comic Con, and we'll come back and let me do my rant and raving on how much it sucks.
Oh, awesome.
It's your signal. That means we have to go now.
All right, look. Let me say this about the trailer. Okay, this is your first time seeing this, and I'm not trying to persuade you in any kind of way, but I saw you over there the whole time Chris was looking. He just just shaking your head, and Martin. You know, sometimes I know when Martin likes something. Martin, that's that look on his face right there. Martin just, And nobody here is trying to come in and just hate on these trailers. Nobody's trying to hate on these characters. Nobody's trying to hate on these movies. Let me just say that first of all. But I'm gonna be honest with you, completely honest. I'm not trying to get y'all worked up. I'm not trying to mess with y'all. I'm not trying to play favorites and teams and Marvel bitch boy and DC hoes, but with I finally figured out why I'm not crazy about this trailer right here or any other trailers that I've seen. It's because there is, and we said this before, but I know why this is messing with me right now. There's just so much CG going on, right? Look at that guy, like, oh, so much CG. Oh, it hurts. And I get y'all. You know, you're saying that, man, look, with every Marvel movie, and the more successful that they are, they do the same thing. And I agree with people out there that right now, that could be the case. With Infinity Wars coming out, even with that trailer that leaked, yeah. I said they could be entering that time now. And we see with other things like Guardians of the Galaxy and a few other movies. I mean, they've been able to use it well. I would even say, for me, Doctor Strange was tipping over into that area of just a lot of excessive CG. A lot of the stuff you see here in the trailer is great, but when they had that final confrontation with the villain where it was nothing but CG.
Yeah, CG giant head. Yeah.
A CG giant head. I was like, look, make no doubt that Marvel could possibly be crossing over into that area too. Yeah, but you don't talk shit about them. Well, you goddamn right I don't. I'll tell you why. I tell you why. Because Marvel has been able to set up their characters to where you know them well enough to where, yeah, even if it is just being bombarded with CG, you're familiar with these characters and you're ready to go on the ride with them.
You care about what's happening with them even though they're in that bombardment that's happening.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You know, and that's what's missing from these trailers. They are selling CG. They're not selling characters.
Come get your CG. Get it while it's hot.
Yeah, it really is like that. Except when you're passing by, they just hitting you in the face. Get your CG. I'll take it. Fuck.
Buy one, get one free.
And then they bring up a dump truck and just, we got a customer right here. Oh no, fuck. and just dump it on you. There's nothing wrong with the CG bombardment. A lot of superhero movies do it. They're superhero movies, but they're not selling characters. And it's not for and they have an opportunity to do it. Look, they got the villain in this movie. They got Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
Now I don't know anything about Steppenwolf. Born to be wild. I don't know who this is. Martin, do you know anything about Steppenwolf? I don't.
Yeah, it's tied in with Darkseid and the Fourth World and the New Gods and Orion and Mr. Miracle. And I'm saying a bunch of words that don't mean sense to you at all.
But Martin, you know what? It sounds big. It sounds like he's a bad motherfucker.
It sounds like something you bring in the fourth movie, maybe the fifth, not the first one.
Yeah.
He should be a side villain. He's Darkseid's uncle, I think.
See,
and he should be just like his lieutenant or whatever.
Yeah.
He's the guy. He's the big brute you send out who dies like in the first half.
See, I don't even know all this. All I know is y'all making him sound like he's a bad dude, but he should not probably be this early on in the movie.
No.
And they put him in there. I'm gonna tell you, he sounds cool. He sounds threatening.
No lanterns. No Kryptonian. This world will fall.
You know,
Does he sound cool? Because I can't make out one word he just said.
oh, you didn't hear that?
Yeah.
You want me to translate?
It might as well be Shaq talking.
He lifts the hood, and he's still talking like that. It's, you know what? It's cool that we see him in the movie, but when you look at, you're not really selling a character.
He's a big CGI character.
He's a big CGI character, and you know, it's somebody that should be threatening. But in the trailer, all they do, you don't see anything about Steppenwolf. You don't see anything about his character. You don't see anything about his motivation. And for the most part, you don't even see anything about all these villains in the movie except that they're swatting flies through the whole thing. Yeah. You know, that's pretty much all you're seeing is them just taking down minions.
Yeah,
Parademons.
Yeah, is that what they are?
Yep. Yeah.
Because like I said, they look like just fruit flies to me.
Well, they kind of are for the most part.
they're cannon fodder.
Yeah. I'm not getting the motivation behind this character where, like, through all these movies, you're going to talk about Thanos. You ain't seen him yet. Yeah, we had. They set up, they took about 5 years to set up how badass Thanos is.
Watch him put on a glove, and it's like, okay, see you in 5 years.
Yeah, in fact, we're at the point where we're like, man, shut the fuck up and do something already.
Right.
Even the Nintendo Power Glove you got. But they're not selling characters. No. And if you don't know that, it's cool to show all this CG and whatnot. I could take all that. I could take as many teasers and trailers as you want to put out. But if I'm not sold on why there's a threat, then I'm not being sold on why I should feel any urgency to see this movie. Well, it might be in the film, but I just don't see it in what they're trying to sell.
Yeah, well, they haven't proved that with their last several movies. Like, with the exception of Wonder Woman, which I still had problems with. She was the only one that was given any sense of a personality. And where the last one, it's like, it still bothers me that we've had 2 Superman films, and he hasn't acted like Superman. He's never smiled. He's never acted heroic. We're told that he's heroic, but we never see it. That's my biggest problem.
No, that is a great point, and you brought up Wonder Woman because they're not selling the heroes either. And that's the biggest part. We don't have to see a villain really. It's great to see that, but it's really being sold on the teamwork of the crew, the Justice League. And the only one that I think we really know and care about at this point is Wonder Woman.
Yep.
And I'm glad this trailer, not like the last trailer, didn't try to make this the Wonder Woman movie, because that's what they did last time. Half of it looked like Wonder Woman Part 2.
Yeah.
And Wonder Woman we see, but we like her just based on the movie we saw with her. We don't like her because of what she's doing for the crew, the Justice League here. We're not being sold on her as the team member here.
No, I know. And we haven't really seen her in that, with the exception of Batman v Superman, that minor cameo that she has. We haven't seen her like how she interacts in the real world. I'm not even sure like how Zack Snyder's going to present her, where she has an extended amount of screen time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we don't know how any of this is going to work out because of the rewrites too and everything.
That too. Yeah, 2 months.
Yeah. And I want to like the characters. I do, but the characters they're being sold by jokes,
one-liners.
Sometimes not even one-liners. Sometimes just off of just somebody just being drunk and happy.
Yeah.
I like Aqua, bro. I'm looking forward to this character. I am. And I heard that the movie is shaping up. His solo movie is shaping up to be pretty cool. But this dude is just like a drunk guy at a football game.
All right.
My man. They should just CG it like they did with Superman's mustache taken out. They should CG a six-pack in every hand, in every scene that he's in his hand. Yeah, who's tailgating? Yeah, because he ain't fighting, he's tailgating. This is I like that, but that's why they call him Aquaman, because he drinks a lot.
Drinks like a fish.
Drinks like a fish. Stays fucked up. Hey, you drunk? Yeah. Woo. Hey, he don't even know they fighting. He just showed up. He think this is one big party.
All right.
My man.
Honestly, it's the one.
Where the hoes at?
Out of all the characters, like in this trailer, it's like at least you're giving him some type of emotion. Unlike Cyborg, who's just so serious faced the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are they going to sell this character?
Well,
Yeah.
geez, man, he just got his body replaced by a bunch of metal.
I know. I watched the
He might be a little down.
I watched the Teen Titans cartoon where he says "booyah" and all that. That's fun.
Yeah, but that's after he's over it. This is right after it just happened.
Yeah, this is also the Flash, Barry Allen.
Yeah.
I think that that character is very likable too. But again,
That's debatable.
well, at least he's the one that has some levity in this. He's the one that's the lighthearted guy. He's the one that's cracking jokes.
Yeah, he's the audience avatar in that, like, oh, wow, isn't this weird? And you guys fight, and I just run around. And,
Yeah.
oh, that's rude. And what's happening now, boss?
Oh yeah, I understand. He's the one that says all the shit that all the dumb things that we would say if we were on this
I used
crew.
to say that, but looking at Samson, I was like, I wouldn't do that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I would probably say something like he does right here.
As a bat signal, that's your. Oh, sorry. That's your signal. That means we have to go now.
Yeah, that's what that means.
Yeah, you're not on the team no more.
Yeah.
We'll find somebody else. you couldn't do the simple thing of keep my secret identity.
Yeah.
God damn, man.
Bruce Wayne is like,
Worse than Alfred.
I know. He's like, this kid is talking to me. I'm gonna have to kill him.
Yeah.
I can't catch him yet, but when I do, I'm gonna break his fucking neck. Come here, you motherfucker. Come here. God damn it.
Stop running around.
Catch that boy. Hey. Yeah, it's always he's saying the kind of obvious jokes, and they feel, do those parts feel like rewrites to you?
Yeah, they do. It's like we need to put some humor in this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like with Whedon, with Avengers, at least it felt natural. Like all those characters together. When I just like the scenes when they're just sitting together, having a conversation, lifting up Thor's hammer. But this just feels like, hey, isn't this funny? You guys gonna laugh? And there's like that awkward pause
Well, if I may, I mean, everybody spent the last movie or so, Batman v Superman and Man of Steel going like, Jesus Christ, it's just so serious.
Yeah.
The Marvel movies are fun. They know how to joke around. We have a good time watching those. These are so dour. Why can't y'all have some humor in this?
Yeah,
So this is
yeah.
a response to that, going like, oh, well, okay, that's what you guys want. Here's some humor for you.
Oh, you know what? And I appreciate that. I don't want to sound like, because that's what it's going to come down to. People going to be like, well, damn, man, what do you want? You asked for jokes, you asked for humor, we gave it to you. No, that's cool, and I appreciate that they were listening. It gives me, look, I'm talking about the trailer. It gives me confidence in the movie. I'm not saying the movie's going to be bad. I'm just saying in the trailer, they're selling these points that are answers to the criticisms that they've been getting, instead of selling the team, which is what everybody wants to see. The team go in. You want to see what they're fighting for.
Right.
You want to see them work together. Instead, they're just making these quips, and they're just doing these things that I don't really know what they're fighting for.
yeah, and that's because it kind of reminds me a little bit of Fan Four Stick. From it's like, oh, we're a team, we're a family.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they kind of have these like one-liners with each other, but it just doesn't work. I mean, again, I haven't seen the film, obviously, and I'm willing to give it a chance, but I'm just basing it off of everything else that I've seen. So.
Of course. And I want to give the movie a chance. I really want to like it. I really do. I'm not trying to be harsh on this movie. I just think that the weaknesses of this franchise have been showing in the trailers that they've been releasing, which is, we really haven't been able to set up these characters, and that's a problem. We're not familiar with any of these characters, and the ones that we are familiar with, only one that we've seen in one movie, Wonder Woman, that everybody almost unanimously loves, and then then there's And then there's these other characters that we see in the trailer that we like, but we don't know because we haven't seen them in their own movies.
Right.
And that's really what it comes down to. When I say fighting Steppenwolf or Darkseid would be something to be for a fourth movie, not necessarily a fourth Justice League movie, but a fourth, okay, we've had a Superman and a Batman and a Wonder Woman and a Flash and a Aquaman and Cyborg movie that were all the same level of quality as Wonder Woman, close by.
Yeah.
Where it was
Yeah.
all about them, we got to know them, and then it'd be exciting about, oh, now let's see how they all work together. The villain stuff would be like, yeah, that's not even that important. I'll accept it, that's fine, but seeing these guys together, that's going to be it for me.
Oh, yeah.
But with, two of these guys, well, three of them, it's our first time to see them at all, really, other than just that little videotape that Lex Luthor was posted on YouTube. So it leaves us with a lot of things that should be there that aren't. And a lot of this stuff, had we already had that backup, we'd be letting this go. We wouldn't be bothered by this. We'd be like, all right, cool. Let's bring on the show.
Yeah. Not saying
And
it's gonna
maybe it's there.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
It could be just whoever cut this trailer was told, look, just pump the humor, pump the action. That's what's going to get butts in the seats.
And but the problem is that if you don't know the characters, if you're not giving me any feeling of a real world and there's too much CGI going on, because that's what it is. It's like I like the moment I feel like I'm getting ready to shake hands with these characters, somebody cuts on a hose and just sprays them in the face with a whole bunch of CGI, and I don't get a chance to know them. And if the world doesn't feel real, they don't feel real.
Yeah.
Especially if I don't know them already.
Well, the world definitely doesn't feel real because my bigger problem with all this is how the environments, the world feels like a soundstage full of CGI. Like all those buildings, the vehicles, the explosions, the debris, the grit, none of it feels real. So I don't feel any real consequences or stakes in any of it.
And you would actually, like Martin said, let me go back and just turn my words around a little bit. Like Martin said, you could accept a lot if we already were enjoying the ride with these characters and felt like we knew them and there was some familiarity there. But if you don't know the characters, they feel even more shallow when the world that they live in feels fake. and it really does. I mean, its world feels very cold and manufactured. And we talk about characters that you want to know and you want to root for. They've already set up some. Batman and Superman is like, man, I'm sorry, I don't know nobody care about Superman.
Yep.
If everybody talking, he coming back, and I'm like, yeah, he can stay where the fuck he is. I don't really care.
They're telling you he brought hope to the world, but we don't see that. And that's always been my biggest sticking point. Stop telling us and actually show us the hero that he can be. And you had two opportunities to do that, and they just failed at it completely.
Well,
so why should I care about this character all of a sudden? He's gonna come back. They're doing the death and return of Superman, incorporating into Justice League, which I think is a mistake in itself. There's already too much stuff happening.
That's another thing. If you could show us somewhere along the lines of these trailers, like even the movies, 'cause I don't see it in the movies. It's like if you could show us that the world was in such dire straits because Superman left, then I would feel better about that. But honestly, I'm gonna tell you, I thought the world is a better place without Superman. In that building,
not no more.
But we're told dozens died. Dozens.
Please. What kind of fake news is that going on?
It was on Memorial Day. Everybody was off that week.
And I'm like, no, hell no, because they got people even in the streets. They're like, God damn, Superman!
I can't believe it.
This is. Are you sure you're supposed to be doing this? It's Superman fighting Zod. That was like two drunk dudes fighting in a bar. This is the time for the bouncer to like both y'all get the fuck out of here. The world, if you ask me, the world's a much better place without Superman at this point. Yeah. And if you cannot show us that the world, that like they never showed us how terrorism went up. They never showed us how things were that bad. Either it's a lot better or it's just kind of as it was before he was here.
Yeah. Right, because we never got to see him really going around saving people. So when they say like, well, without him here, the world's going to shit, you're like, I don't see how that's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, Superman ain't here no more to stop us, which he never used to do in the first place.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, y'all stop. Yeah. Which Superman you talking about? Because all I know, that Superman killed my cousin. He still ain't got my Krypton check yet. I ain't even got a sorry. Superman, what the fuck, man? You killed my cousin.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, an earthquake in Ecuador. Sorry, citizen.
I'm just stopped with the whole thing. If you didn't have any, Superman did not feel like the hero that they're trying to pass him off, like this messiah that everybody tried to pass him off as far as Warner Brothers goes.
Sure.
So quit doing this whole thing of, oh, but don't worry, he'll be back. Well, that's okay. I didn't really give a fuck. I don't think that anyone really cared. In fact, when people watch the trailer, they're like, oh yeah, that's right. And he's supposed to be back at some point. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't wait to see the movie. I can't. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm above any excitement for this film. But none of these trailers I'm not gonna say it's making me hate the movie, but none except for like the first teaser they had come out for Comic-Con at one point. None of them have made me just say, "Damn, I can't wait to rush to the theater and see this." I just kind of have a curiosity.
I'm the same way. It's like I'm basing off of everything else that I've seen so far. And I liked Wonder Woman, didn't love it. I mean, I'm excited to see how she's going to be incorporated into this movie, into this modern world. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, it's like everything that they showed, they just seem to be making all the mistakes that I'm just worried about. Like, it's the prequel effect. Let's throw a bunch of CGI people where nothing feels realistic, and you have this dialogue just not working. It's all funny one-liners. They don't, like you said, they just don't come across as a team, as real characters. And it sucks because I don't hate DC like as a whole. I love these characters. I grew up reading the comics, the animated shows, just like the animated series. Like, I know who these characters are, and it just feels like the people that are making these films don't. And they're proud of that. Like, we want to make them brooding and dark, and maybe they might be addressing it here. But everything I'm seeing, there's just so many additional problems just layered on top for me.
And you make a good point. Have you noticed that? Well, here we go. Oh, you go ahead and talk about your boys, the Avengers, how much they are so much better than Justice League. I'm only saying that because I hung out with them for a little while and I know them better. Justice League comes in, man. I don't know y'all, man.
You might be cool dudes, maybe, but I don't know you.
But I can't let y'all into the party yet, But the reason why the Avengers works and the reason why we're excited to see them is because they don't work as superheroes. I mean, they work as superheroes, but they work as human beings first. Yes. They work as people that feel familiar and vulnerable. But not these guys yet. Nope. I almost feel like video game characters.
We've never seen them have a conversation in any of these trailers.
That's
you
true.
Look at anything else, like with the Marvel movie or the Avengers films, you always see them sitting down talking to each other, even in the trailers.
Yeah.
So show me that, and then I'll have a little more confidence.
Yeah. Martin, get the final word here, my man.
Oh no, you guys have covered it. I'm still kind of holding a little bit of hope for it. I think when it finally comes out, it's not going to be as bad as everybody who's preparing to hate it before they go in. Mm-hmm. But it won't be that movie that you leave feeling pumped about. You'll just probably be like, well, okay.
You know what I think? I want to give you my honest opinion here, my prediction. I love the movie. I really do. Yeah. I mean, I want to, but I think the actual result is going to be, okay, not wowed by this, not walking out super excited, but you've showed some promise.
Right.
You got rid of certain people. You got other people in. So you guys just keep doing what you're doing. You're going to get it right. You're on the right direction right here. I give you, like a B- or something, or maybe a C+.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that in itself is so disappointing because it's the live action Justice League movie. It shouldn't be a C- or like, oh, it was okay. It should be amazing because we haven't seen anything like that before. These heroes coming together after so many years, but...
No, that's true because when I was a kid, I didn't give a shit about the Avengers. All my friends and I, we played Justice League. Mm-hmm. We got those bathroom towels and put around the neck. We were all Justice League characters. Boy, I tell you about getting my clean towels. Mom, I'm saving the world.
I don't know. I always had a trash can lid myself.
Man, you did that Fat Albert shit. Played Justice League and then went out there and joined your junk band. Yeah, we'll see. It's right around the corner.